clap, too.
That was a great clap.
That was a great clap.
Great.
I'm getting better at the clap.
You're getting a lot better at the clap.
Also, I wanted to be...
You're getting the clap.
I'm getting the clap.
You're getting the clap.
I'm getting the clap, no drip.
Hey, mark it now. Right now, Rich has got the clap.
There you go. Write it down right there. How many seconds in are we? 22 seconds.
Yeah, 22 seconds. People at home, timestamp it for yourself. Write that down as if it's not showing up on your screen right now.
There you go. No one.
Rich
not a lot of
has
people
the
are
clap.
watching.
Yeah, that's what we should call it. That's the title, right?
Not a lot of people are watching.
No, Rich has the clap.
Rich has the clap? Yeah, I'm not going to put that on Instagram.
Good news.
And there's exclamation points.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to thank Taylor for eating his donut before the pod.
Yeah. I was really tempted to get on here because I heard some feedback from everybody out there saying Taylor was eating chicken fingers too close to the mic. It was upsetting to us. We didn't like how it listened.
People were saying maybe if they weren't frozen,
maybe if
it
it
would
was
be a little
hot,
more quiet.
they could hear the COVID on the chicken wings.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people had to take their earbuds out because they felt like they were being infected.
Yeah. They had to wash their earbuds after listening to the episode.
Right.
Disinfect. They had to disinfect.
You come over with the fucking chicken fingers, and then I tell Tobin to come over for an episode. I'm like, should I tell him not to bring anything to eat for this podcast? I feel like that goes without saying. I feel like I don't have to go, hey, can you do an hour talking with me without eating?
Yeah,
can you do that? And apparently I'm going to have to start telling people because he came over with a bag of cookies.
A bag of cookies. And was he did he do like the obnoxious, like uncrinkling the bag, dipping his hand into it?
You could tell he's done podcasts with cookies before because he ripped the bag.
Oh.
And opened, made it, what was a bag into a big napkin.
He made a nice little charcuterie board for his...
cookies, chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies. And was he just taking little... He strikes me as a man who breaks off little pieces and then eats them over time.
They were little pieces, I would say a quarter to half of a cookie.
Okay.
Per bite.
Yeah.
He's
either somebody who, because of his height, it's either he takes little bits at a time or he stacks 3 of them at once and just unhinges his jaw and just slides them down his throat.
He's got a big fucking
jaw.
He's got a big head.
He's just got a big head. I feel like he's one of those guys, every time I see him, his head's a little bit taller. In the most respectful way.
Right. Well, that's the gigantism.
Yeah. That's not going away. That's only going to get worse.
That's actually going to kill him. That's actually going to suffocate his brain and then pop it. So that's not really funny.
I can't wait to see his skull in a museum.
Oh, you can already go see it. It's already over there. You don't have to wait. We love Tobin. Shout out Tobin.
Shout out Tobin.
Shout out Tobin. And he was like, they're soft cookies, so they're not going to be that loud. I was like, you don't know the Richter scale of cookies.
And also, I have the awareness to know that it's not just the sound of the biting into, it's the chewing. It's the chewing. It's the change to your speech pattern as you're chewing. It's like you gotta like change the way you're doing this. I feel like this is equally as triggering for the audience.
Yeah, but now they know. I'm giving them an example for all the new listeners.
There's some people listening going, I didn't ask you to pantomime the issue that you were having.
Right.
I don't need you to recreate the problem I'm having. Yeah, the whole idea of like, it's going to be quiet. It's like, no, you're going to have to eat the food.
Right.
So if he was like, I'm going to take a bite and then I'm not going to chew it for the entire podcast, I'd be like, all right. You found a loophole.
Right.
You found a loophole.
And also a lot of self-control.
Yeah,
I don't have that
self-control. Self-control to have just a piece of cookie under your tongue for the entire, like you're doing acid. Just a piece of cookie just sitting under your tongue and you're just going to talk the rest of the time. It's unbelievable cookie etiquette. Cookie discipline.
Unbelievable cookie discipline.
Unbelievable cookie discipline.
The Navy SEALs of cookies.
Yeah. SEAL Team 6. Yeah, if Osama bin Laden was diabetic, they would have sent in Tobin Miller. He kicks down the door and just frisbee tossing cookies into a room. We got him. So anyway, what are people watching at home, Rich?
What are people watching at home?
Yeah,
they know it's the happy hour. I don't have to say
it. I love that your ability to just go so counterintuitive to every podcast that exists in 2020.
All of my favorite podcasts, no one says the name of the show.
When people press record, they are dying to let people know what they're watching.
Right, as if they don't know already.
As if they don't know. As if they didn't click through like 3 instances of what the name of the podcast was. They're just like, I don't know. Who's this muscular bald guy with the microphone? I'm doing Joe Rogan.
I understood that.
Yeah. He didn't say.
I'll tell you who you weren't describing. Tim Dillon.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Tim Dillon. I don't know.
Yeah, Tim Dillon.
Yeah, shout out Tim Dillon.
Yeah, if you have a problem with what I just said, invite me onto your podcast.
Yeah. We're starting beef. With Tim
podcast
Dillon.
beef.
Yeah. Tim Dillon's gonna look at our 9 views and be like, all right, we got to squash this.
No, we're doing better than that. On YouTube, we're not doing better than that. But on the audio, we're doing all right on the audio.
All right, you don't give me the analytics report.
Yeah, I don't give you the analytics.
I'm not in the C-suite of the.
That's right. It's only me and Papa John.
You and Papa John, you and Big Papa, and talking about the reckoning and going through the viewership of Spotify
and just sweating.
Just sweating.
Sweating a lot.
Sweating.
I feel good too, but I see Papa and then I start sweating.
Yeah, like Papa sweats like he was bit by radioactive cheese early in his career. Yeah,
which is on the pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that garlic dressing that they put on.
Oh, yeah. That guy looks like he's sweating after eating 40 pizzas in 30 days.
Right, which is just how Italians sweat.
Yeah, is that just... It's
just natural.
Doctors would call that perfectly healthy.
Right, an Italian doctor is like, that's pretty fucking good. It's the same doctor that says red wine's good for your heart.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't see anything wrong with it.
I don't. Yeah. I'm also not looking very hard. This opinion is based on maybe a wiki search. I did a wiki search into hearts.
Right. Just to let the audience know, the last time the Italians were on the forefront of science was 2,000 years ago. That was the last time the Italians were doing good with science.
Yeah, 20. In the year 20.
Yeah. They were like, should we stop? And they said, I think so.
How funny would that be? Just to look at a calendar and just be like, oh man, I can't wait for next year. 21.
Just 21.
Can't wait for the year 21. 20's been a wild year.
It's going to be Jesus' birthday on Christmas. We're going to go fucking wild.
He's going to do that water to wine trick. It's going to be lit. Fucking lit. Did he take fish and make it bread or bread and make it fish?
No, we took a little bit of fish and made a lot of fish. Then took a little bit of bread and made a lot of bread. He's good.
He's good.
All the same fish, too, and all the same type of bread.
That would have been funny if it was a variety of fish. Like a squid. There was a squid and a whale, and there was...
It's just a few pieces of rye, and he's like, I got a shit ton of pumpernickel here. Can we do anything? Anyone got any spinach artichoke dip we could put in the middle of this?
They had like the very thin no yeast bread, and he just pulls out a bunch of bagels and giant loaves of pretzels. Pretzels just start flying out.
Oh no, this is what I got.
Yeah, people are like, I don't think this is going to be invented for another 1,000 years.
He pulls out like a tortillas. He's like, you can't even do the same with this type of bread, but it is bread.
Yeah. What do you do?
It is bread.
Yeah. He starts just whipping up tuna tacos. Do we have any cilantro? He just keeps looking for cilantro around the... Do we have any... How about onion? He's desperate. He's doing...
His real name was Jesus.
He's doing Iron Chef. He's doing just Iron Chef.
Was Jesus the first Iron Chef?
Yes, Jesus was the first Iron Chef. They said he lifted up the silver platter and it was a piece of bread and it was a piece of fish. And that was the challenge for that episode.
He's like, yeah, I just got more. And they're like, I don't think you understand what the point of the show is. And he goes, I don't think you understand what the point of the show is. Son of God.
Yeah, it's like, all right, chef, knives down. And then they come out and he's like, okay, I prepared 1,000 pounds of the same fish.
It's like, do you not want to be the best chef in the world? He's like, I want to be an executive producer.
Yeah.
Can you please look at all this stuff I got?
Yeah. I want to be in charge of craft services on this show.
Right.
I can get you so much fish and so much bread.
I'm really into food art right now. Like, you think this is a lot of fish?
Yeah.
It's actually cardboard.
Yeah. It's all cakes. It's actually it's all cakes. It's all cakes. They cut into a pile of fish. Did you make a cake? Well done, sir. Well done. You've won the challenge.
He was the first TikTok star also.
Oh, absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. What's up?
Speaking of, you in last time you did the pod, you were on the way to New Hampshire for a wedding.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
That wedding was equal. and when I say equal, I have thought about this for at least 2 weeks. Equal parts, beautiful, and unsettling. Equal parts. Equal parts.
Explain.
Beautiful in the sense of New Hampshire, summertime, gorgeous hotel. Outdoor ceremony.
Yes. Hotel
was. I mean, it's just. I think it's like the Hotel New Hampshire or something.
Very creative names.
Very creative. Those New Englanders. They
what's the name for the hotel? All right. Well, the other hotel in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Is the New Hampshire Hotel.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna be Hotel New Hampshire.
We're gonna be the new New Hampshire hotel. It was like beautiful. Like the couple who got married, they'd been together for 14 years, got together in 14 years, got together in high school.
What a bunch of idiots.
What a bunch of boofs.
They've been together for 14 years and they said, we have to get married at the worst time possible.
Yeah.
We can't wait any longer.
Yeah, worst time possible. Yeah, and they had pushed it back like 3 times and they were just like, it's fucking happening. They're just like, we do not give a shit.
Right. The food's going to go bad if we don't do it right now.
You're all, they practically put on the invite, you're all going to die and we don't care. You better be here. They're like the sweetest people in the world, and you can just tell that all that they had with like the best intentions. But the unsettling part of it was like it was 40 people.
Okay, not bad.
Not bad. It was a lot of outdoors. I would say it was maybe a 1% mask ratio.
Yeah, it's New Hampshire.
Well, that's the problem though. Is like this was maybe 2 weeks after the Maine wedding. The wedding in Maine that was like, you didn't hear about this?
No, what?
It was like there was a wedding in Maine, and it was like, I think it was like 70, 80 people who weren't socially distancing, and then what came out of it was like that became like a hot spot where everybody basically went out, and then they started touching base with people, and basically 7 people died, and those 7 people weren't at the wedding. They just came into contact with somebody who was at the wedding.
So I'm going to defend these people.
You're going to defend the Maine people?
I'm going to defend the Maine people.
Okay.
When people say, like, COVID's not real, and you're like, how do you think it's not real? It's because they probably live in Maine.
Yeah.
That's probably why they think this is all a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And those 9 people that died as a result of the party, let's be honest, they're probably commercial fishermen, and they're going to fall off the boat anyway.
Well, I also like to think that it's like Maine has such beautiful scenery and such beautiful landscapes that they were like, how could COVID be real? Look at the waves splashing on this rock. Like it's all poetic to them, and
they don't understand. You think Stephen King's been in his house for 40 years, not because of COVID.
Does he live in Maine?
Yeah, of course he lives in Maine.
Of course he lives in
You
Maine.
look like someone that would know exactly where Stephen King is at all times.
That's a really good point. That's, you know what? When you said it, I was like, I'm surprised I don't know that. I'm surprised.
Like my app hasn't updated recently.
Yeah, he was like, Stephen King's in Maine. I was like, hold on. I feel like I should say that. You shouldn't say that.
Who? Am I you?
Yeah.
Did we do a Freaky Friday?
Yeah. Did we switch notes? Did I get the wrong notes? Yes. Okay. So you're just saying that people from Maine are simpletons.
Yeah, basically that's what I'm saying.
Buffoons.
Just people that are in the middle of nowhere. So for them,
but there also isn't Maine a super like affluent, super rich state?
I don't know if it's super affluent.
I just picture
it's not Kuwait or like
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia. Like that. So I'll be like, all right, I get you there.
Like Kuwait was your first. You're just like uber wealthy Kuwait.
Prime Minister of Kuwait just died. That's why I got Kuwait on the mind.
Oh, okay. What's Mumbai?
Nope, that's not a.
It's not a country, but it's a city. But isn't that
Mumbai?
Isn't that the one where it's like? Isn't that the one where it's? Isn't that the city where it's like they're building like custom islands on like the outskirts of it just for funsies?
I'm gonna take your word for it. I think you're confusing that with the ancient city of Babylon.
Babylon was doing custom islands on the outside?
They were doing custom islands.
Yeah.
They were.
Is Pompeii a part of that? No, that's definitely not.
That's not.
Yeah, it's not even.
Pompeii wasn't an island, was it? Colin, was Pompeii an island? I don't think it was.
I
think it's a city.
Fuck.
It's caused by a volcano.
Boy, you hate to see this podcast deteriorate into 2 men who just are stupid.
Yeah, little do you know that my audience is big volcano experts.
People are screaming into their headsets, yes, it was an island! You idiots!
How did we get to Pompeii from COVID in New Hampshire?
Oh, yeah. So, sorry.
People are not wearing masks.
People weren't wearing masks, and here's the big issue that I have with it. was that Shar and I had a very clear strategy going into this. We had an unbelievably, like, we could have made a laminate for what our intentions were for this wedding, which was to show up, keep the fucking mask on, just sit on the sidelines, go to the hotel, be in a goddamn bubble, and then we go home. That was it.
Okay.
And 5 minutes into being there, she drank like 3 champagnes, and the mask was just off, baby. It was just
mask are the new bras.
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
She was burning it on the property.
Like, I'm done. She threw it on stage for the band.
Yeah, it somehow the mask became a woman's rights issue for her.
There was a small march in the hotel.
Her by herself with posters going, hell no. I wish I had something.
Yeah, but you were good though. You were on a roll there.
I was on a roll, boy. It was almost competent. No, she was. It was just she was like, I had to pull her aside a couple times and be like, what about the plan? And she's like, yeah, but champagne and alcohol and high school friends. And I was like, I can't really blame. Like, I cannot blame her. It's fair. It was just. I don't know any of these people.
Right.
I'm meeting most of these people for the first time. We had a plan. She's going off the rails on this Danny Ocean style Ocean's 11 plan that we had. And then I just got to be like, it's nice to meet you, with a mask on. But then I just kind of felt like an idiot. I felt like a fucking idiot. Walking around 40 people who didn't have a mask on, and then I have a mask on, and my fiance doesn't have a mask on. So now I'm that couple who like walks around and one has a mask and the other doesn't. And you're just like, why the fuck are you doing this at all?
Yeah, and then everyone at the wedding is like, why did Shar bring her gay best friend to the wedding? I don't understand. Is this what happened to her fiance? I thought she was getting married. Yeah. She brought her gay best friend with the mask. Is that why? Yeah. Is that who he
is? Yeah. I wish part of me wishes I had done her best friend who wasn't getting married. So it's 3 best friends.
3 best friends.
3 best friends. One of the best friends who also came there. Her fiance opted out of the whole experience.
Wow.
Opted out of one. He did not show up to the pre-thing. Like,
was he in the hotel?
No, they got an Airbnb.
Okay. That would be what a fucking move that would be.
Been fucking great.
Come to the hotel and be like, yeah, I'm just not going.
Everybody's walking out in their dress, and he's got his bathing suit on, and he's like, I'm hitting the pool. I'm gonna go hit some laps. Send the chicken. I ordered the chicken. Send the chicken to the room. Send the chicken to the room when it's ready. It'll be undercooked, but send it to the room. Yeah, the dude basically was a Uber driver for the entire weekend for his fiance.
That's fun.
He brought her from the Airbnb to the hotel and then picked her up at like the opportune moments. Like 7:00 hit. It was like right the minute that the happy hour ended. She was like, okay, I'm out. Bye. She had her mask on the whole time. The dude was having a meltdown.
Where are they from?
They live in Virginia. DC, Virginia. So like Arlington or whatever.
Oh, okay. So like a place where smart people live.
They're like 20 minutes from DC.
Okay.
Yeah. So
they're COVID cucks. They're petrified of COVID.
Yeah. I was like, wait, do they like COVID?
I'm trying to combine 2.
You're trying to make catchphrases work?
Yeah, I'm trying to make 2 2020 things combined.
Is this you brainstorming merch? I've got to get merch off the ground.
Yeah, COVID
cucks. Is that
would actually probably sell pretty well.
COVID cucks?
Yeah, I think that would sell.
Yeah, we're talking about it. So I feel like
no one. Yeah, this is our idea.
Trademark.
Throw a little. If I see a COVID cucks shirt, I know who made it.
Yeah. Back off, Tim Dillon, if you're still watching this episode.
Right. Have me on the podcast. Yeah. Fight me with your fists.
Yeah. Bring us on the podcast. I'm a package deal now. You can't just bring.
That's right. Have us on the pod, and then Taylor will design the artwork for that episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up with so many buffalo chicken fingers. You have no idea how many buffalo chicken fingers I'm gonna bring onto the Tim Dillon podcast.
He's gonna analyze those chicken fingers. No one here listens. No one really knows who Tim Dillon is. Who listens to this? A few.
I mean, yeah. I feel like it's worth it.
Okay, tell him.
Yeah.
At Tim Dillon and tell him to challenge us to a fist fight on his podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
2-on-1. That'll be fair. He'd still kick our asses.
He's massive. He's a gigantic human being.
Yeah. He'd sit on you and then spit at me and then just like he'd get me in the shin and I'd be done. He'd just karate chop.
He fights with a crowbar and you know it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a South Shore kid.
He'd sneak a crowbar. He'd be like, did he have the crowbar on him the whole time?
He would actually have a crony come and beat us up.
Yeah.
He would hire someone to do it.
Yeah,
and I respect that.
He'd have a goon.
Yeah, and I'd lay on the floor bleeding, and I'd say, "That's why you're the best, Tim.
Yeah, that's why you're the best.
That's why you're the best in the
Where'd
biz."
you find this goon? TaskRabbit.
He DM'd me to open for me.
Yeah.
I told him if he killed you, he'd get the spot. I'd be like, I respect nothing.
I feel like you'd be like, so if I kill him, do I get a spot?
And he'd say, yes.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that's how this works.
We have fun.
We have fun.
So anyway, the wedding, it was just, let me tell you where it ended up. Because it was like, this whole ceremony happened. I'm feeling anxious. It's kind of bullshit. And then we go to, it's not bullshit. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Whatever. It's like scenic, like mountains are in the background. It looks like somehow we're in like the Swiss Alps.
The Sound of Music.
The Sound of Music. It's
you were in the Sound of Music.
Very much the Sound of Music. Okay. It very much felt like that. And then they did this after.
Less Nazis.
Not zero. Not zero.
Not zero.
Not zero.
Less.
His or her great grandfather was just hanging out in the background.
Right, and he was dead.
He was dead.
Yeah, they just had him there.
They brought his skeleton out. Yeah. It didn't make any sense.
Still in the garb.
Still in the garb. Yeah. They have a weird family tradition where they dig up the oldest relative they can find, and no matter what they were wearing, they just lay them out.
That's right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You have to roll the dice on this wedding, but next one will be better.
They had this dinner. Basically, it just escalated into we both just gave in, took off our masks, and we're just like, fuck it. That was it.
Yeah. That's what you gotta do.
That's where it ended up, because it was just like we both agreed, like, okay, we're gonna quarantine when we get back. Why the fuck does this matter?
Right.
So, all right, let's just enjoy being around human beings,
of course,
and pretend like it's not COVID for a little bit. So it's like that last part of the sentence is where we're the problem. I mean, a lot of it is where we're the problem, but it's also like kind of fuck it. Because, it worked out. It was a big gamble. We could have easily come back with COVID and just been like,
right.
Sucks. Fucking awful. But it didn't, so score.
Right.
So yeah, that was the wedding. It's weird. I would say equal parts. I'm like right down the line where I go, do I regret it? A little.
But you didn't get it. So, worked out. Snaps to COVID.
Snaps to COVID.
That's a good shirt.
Yeah, snaps to COVID. We're on a merch kick right now.
That's right. Tobin got me thinking. He's selling merch now.
What's he selling?
I don't know. He explained it.
Yeah.
Listen to the last episode. He's got a podcast.
He's got his own podcast.
Right.
This show has become a highlight of other people's podcasts.
That's right. We're now a podcast talking about other podcasts, but not really the material.
We're now
of the
just
podcast.
Selling advertising space for other people's podcasts.
Yeah, Tobin's not paying shit.
Yeah,
that
he's
cheap
not paying
fuck.
Shit.
And then also,
yeah.
What happened since last time you were here? Both our birthday.
Both of our birthdays.
People don't talk about this. We have the same birthday.
Same exact birthdays.
September 14th.
Same exact moms. I don't know.
Yeah, which is weird. It's weird. We're absolutely related, and we're just waiting until episode 2 to bring it up. Episode fucking 13 to bring it up. That's right.
Yeah. September 14th. And did you end up doing the lobster?
We did the lobster. We did, the North River Lobster Tour, which I had a whole problem with. I went there. I asked for 2 tickets. She's like, we're sold out. I was like, you're sold out?
Sold out?
You can't be sold out on this boat. And she's like, I don't know what to tell you. Then I went online. I was like, they're still available online, you bitch. And then I spit at her. And then I got on the boat.
Good.
Yeah. Don't tell me it's sold out. I see the boat.
Yeah.
I see there's no one on the boat.
And after you hijacked the boat.
And then what I did was I hijacked the boat.
Yeah.
And I just took it a little bit further south.
Just a little bit further south until it was in the East River versus the Hudson.
Right. My girlfriend wanted a good picture of the Statue of Liberty, so I just took it a little bit more south.
Yeah.
Spun it.
You did a quick spinsy, and she got her pick.
Got the pick.
And then you were like,
bounced back.
All right, that's all we wanted to do.
Yeah. And then I just pulled up to the next dock. I didn't even bring it back.
Yeah.
I used that like an Enterprise rent-a-car.
I imagine you did a little parallel park where you
parallel
went forward
park
a little
boat.
bit. You brought the boat in, and then you twist it, and then your girlfriend's on the outside, just like a little closer. Come on, a little. All right, a little bit closer.
I'm so used to boats with cameras on the back. Right. So it really threw me off.
They were going to really guide you in. They were going to fucking guide you in. Yeah, so that all happened.
That all happened. Do you feel older?
No, but I also don't feel like this is a legitimate birthday.
Like, it's a non-birthday, you're saying.
I'm saying that I think that there's going to be a lot of people who go into 2021 and then they add a year onto their lives. Or, you know what I mean? Like, if a bunch of people were suddenly, like, if I decided I'm still 27, right? Obviously, that's not factually accurate. But if I decided,
that's not how it works.
If I decided next year I'm going to turn 28, I don't think anybody would fight me on it.
So you're waiting until we get a vaccine to become a year older?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like you spend 27 birthdays kind of doing a consistent thing.
Yes.
Of like
blowing out candles. Group
acknowledgement, bringing together, seeing friends, celebrating your thing, and then that experience becomes the sort of the flip. That's the switch that you flip, that you go, now I'm a year older. And some people don't want to do it, but I'm not at that point. I want to hang out with people a little bit.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm now, I mean, I did a little something. I spent time a little bit with friends, but it wasn't even really because of my birthday. I was just
doing it.
I was just doing it. We got back from the wedding. It was my birthday. My coworker died. So
selfish on your birthday.
Unbelievable.
And you just went for drinks for his birthday too, like 2 days before.
Yeah.
What a selfish bitch.
It's all gotta be about him.
Yeah, it's always gotta be about him. Imagine if he comes back to life on like Thanksgiving.
It's so funny because I know it's a joke. It just hurts so much to say. And this is what I wanted to bring up, and what a perfect time to transition. We just did a Zoom memorial for this guy.
I love this.
Yeah.
What is a Zoom memorial?
Yeah. Well, for us, it was...
Did he get his own screen? Did someone log in as him?
Somebody went to his house, opened up his laptop, and just left.
Just an empty chair showing.
No. It was like... I was talking to my coworker about that. It was just like one word, wild. Just wild in the sense of like, it was so pinnacle of like COVID times. Like it's like 120 people into the Zoom meeting.
Right.
Like
first of all, good attendance.
Good attendance.
If that was a funeral,
yeah,
good attendance.
Yeah, and it included his family.
Gross.
His mom was on.
Oh my God! Yeah. You are not at the same caliber as his mom.
Oh, what do you mean?
You and her should not be on the same Zoom.
Well, no. So let me just clarify. So he passed.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. R.I.P. I think he would love whatever I'm about to say. So that's the caveat of he's a big Tim Dillon fan.
Oh, was he really?
He was a huge Tim Dillon.
Oh, okay.
Fan. He saw him live like the week before.
Fight us and him, Tim.
Yeah, exactly.
We will dig up his dead body.
Yeah. Fight us for him. He's watching above. He would love to see us fight you, Tim Dillon. Do it in his honor. Anyway, he passed. They did a Zoom funeral. Now, it's different from this memorial because the funeral...
He had a Zoom funeral and a Zoom memorial?
Yeah. So
did they bury the laptop?
No. They just started grabbing all the electronics of his. They're just like, all right, it's an iPod Nano.
They just took a picture of his casket, put it on a laptop, and buried the laptop.
They found an old dusty Zune in a drawer, and they're like, I don't know. It's probably got his spirit on it in some capacity. That's just what we're doing now. No, his body went to Tennessee. That's where he's from. Very beautiful funeral ceremony where there was a Zoom link where people could go on and then be a part of the funeral, and that was the family saying to everybody who he was associated with, because the guy had he was like a huge network. It's like the alcohol industry. It's like it's an incredibly social industry. So you just meet a bunch of people.
That's weird about alcohol. It's that if you're an alcoholic,
yeah,
it's either everyone loves you,
yeah,
or everyone hates you.
Well, you go until you can't do it no more.
Which he did.
Yeah.
Right.
And most of the time that's, I can no longer keep drinking, but that's, yeah. It was basically, I'm trying to navigate this really.
Bring us home,
I'm trying to navigate this real well because So I see you connecting the jokes, and I'm like, let's stay on the path. He was a great guy. The weird part was that it was a memorial service with 100 people, including his family, including people who have left our company and went to other companies who worked with him. So it's like competitors got on to our Zoom call to pay respects to this guy.
Yeah.
We went through a eulogy by the president of the company.
Wow.
Followed by a second eulogy.
2 eulogies?
2 eulogies. And I want to tell you that those were the only eulogies that there were. There were like a dozen eulogies on this thing.
It's too many eulogies.
It's
no one should get that many eulogies.
This ceremony was booked in everybody's calendar for an hour and a half. This was an hour and a half ceremony that was set up on the Zoom call.
Right.
We went 15 minutes over.
Okay. I thought you were going to be like, we went on for 6 hours.
No, I just mean like that's an hour 45. Yeah. I'm not saying it's not appropriate to have a memorial for it. It's just, so you're on a Zoom call, right? And then your president goes through a eulogy and you go, wow, that's incredibly sad. That's very powerful. That's very important. That, it's great because we can't be around each other, right? That's the whole reason why we're doing any of this, is because we're no longer in the office.
Right.
We would not have done an hour and a half ceremony. I'm just in full honesty. We would never have done a 1.5 hour ceremony for this guy, in the sense of stopping work, going to do it specifically to unite everybody together to do this.
Right. You would have went to Sugarfish.
We would have gone to Sugarfish. We would have gone to all the bars around. We would have done it in our own way, in our own honor.
Yes.
Yeah, we would have stopped work early to go get shit-faced at a bar in his honor, or we would have, gone to this funeral in person. But being on this Zoom call, it was just the most bizarre thing, because it was like eulogy. There was a sizzle reel.
I don't know what it...
You don't know what a sizzle reel is?
Like Sizzler? Like the restaurant Sizzler, and it just showed entrees from the restaurant Sizzler? Can you do that at my funeral? Can you just show pictures of appetizers and entrees from the restaurant Sizzler?
Yes.
Thank you.
we can get Sizzler.
This is a binding contract.
Yeah,
this is a video.
Yeah, it is on record. No, sizzle reel is basically, it's like they made a video in memoriam for it, but it was a upbeat and like taking the highlights of like him being with everybody in the company, videos of him on like video shoots for the brand that he worked on, and it was just like all this behind the scenes, and it was like it was set to the Killers, which was his favorite band.
Good band,
great band. And it was just so then it was eulogy, sizzle reel. Then it opened up to some pre-selected people who came forward to say, I want to say something on this memorial. And then they each basically told like a personal anecdote about this guy. And there were like 8 people lined up. So it was like personal story, their connection to this guy.
All right.
Personal story, connection to this
much.
guy. Personal story.
I'm not a fan. And
it's just, it's like in the moment you were like, wow, this is so beautiful. And it's so impactful, and you can just tell it just means so much to a lot of people who are kind of like, I think his death has kind of been like, for a lot of people, like this, it's like a realization of how crazy things are, that you're just like, I can't even go.
Also, he didn't die of COVID. Let's also say that.
Of course. Yeah, he
heart attack. No, stroke.
Yeah, stroke.
Yeah. So what you're trying to tell me is, he should have been laid out next to Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
It felt, yes. That's
She didn't even get this many people talking for her.
That is exactly the way that, the minute that I closed my laptop after the memorial, I was like, was he a senator? Like, did I miss something where he was where like I was expecting to walk outside and there was like a flag at half mast
right.
for him. Like, I love the guy. He was like a great friend of mine, and it meant so much. It's just like, I literally was like, if I got hit by a car and decimated and died, there would not be an hour and a half service for me where 9 people lined up. It's not jealousy.
Yeah, no, I just get another podcast guest. Well, yeah. I'd be like, oh, Taylor's not around. All right,
Rich, you certainly wouldn't organize it. If you were with me, you would just kind of kick my goo off your shoe and just keep walking.
Well, yeah, I mean, boy, you're dead. And we have a reservation at 7:30. What am I going to do? Wait for you? You're not getting up, Taylor.
Hey, listen. To be fair, if I die, the Twitch goes with me. There's no way you're going to be able to figure that out on your own.
And I'd be okay. Yeah. And something would tell me I'd keep living with that. I also love everyone's giving these speeches, and like I wish this was in person. And then like someone goes, I didn't know him. What did he do at the company? And you were like, oh, he was a janitor.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, we have everybody in the company here to memorialize this guy who's a great guy, great fucking guy. He meant so much to so many people. But then I thought, like, what if somebody in finance died who wasn't a part of marketing? Are we pulling together 150 people?
No, they don't have the charisma.
Do we have to do this every time somebody dies at the company? Because that's a little bit how it was.
That's just a lot of times. It's a big company.
It's a big company, and I'm not saying that there isn't going to be more. I don't know who's going to die next. I don't fucking know anything. But it's just that idea of like, what a weird time to be alive where somebody dies and it's very tragic and it's very sudden, but our response to it because of the time is to be like, let's all get on a giant webcam meeting and talk it out from the comfort of our own home. Weird. It's just so weird.
It's a little much.
It's a little much.
I'd consider leaving the company if I worked there.
You think I should quit my job?
No, I would. You love that shit. You love that everyone get together on it. No.
I mean, there's a little part of me that hopes that if I did die, they would do half hour. Do a tight half hour.
Yeah.
You know? Where
maybe
a couple of them get together.
Well, yeah, they had you speak at your bullshit meeting the other week. Last episode, you talked about it.
Yeah. What about it?
I think a few people would talk for you.
You're saying that
they would give you the time.
You're basically saying an angry way of saying that my coworkers like me.
I don't know if they like you. They at least respect you.
Well, that's very sweet. It's very
yeah. I don't know them. Yeah. I don't know this for a fact. They could fucking hate you. Yeah. I don't know.
If I found out that my coworkers hated me, it would be like the funniest punchline to a joke I'd ever heard in my life. Like it would truly be like I would laugh until I would probably die of laughter. Yeah. Because just the idea of like I never have I been so wrong about misunderstanding body language and the way that people have talked to me. Like if I found out that like secretly everybody's like, oh, we fucking hate that guy, I'd be like, I have to redo everything.
We just keep him around to make fun of him.
Yeah, I got to reestablish and like reprioritize 3 years of my life right now.
We knew this guy was a fucking asshole when he sent in his resume and it said he liked sandwiches.
No.
Fuck that guy.
I said that my favorite sandwich was ham.
Right. And that's why they hate you. And that's why they hate you.
I said my favorite sandwich, you put bread, bunch of ham, bread, and then you throw it at my face. That's
yeah, I know, and they respect you. Definitely.
Yeah, they definitely respect me.
When that's on your resume. I'm 100% sure of that. Fucking serious.
Oh God.
But yeah, so he's dead.
Yeah, so he's dead.
So
rest in peace.
We're not considering 2020. No one got a year older, in your opinion.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's pushing weddings back, right? Everybody's pushing back these substantial moments in their lives to be like, you know, we're going to do it next year. It's the same. They're basically implying it's the same thing now. It's just next year.
Right.
It's like we're not changing any plans. We've just postponed the exact plans for a year from now. So it's basically like you're saying, this year is void, and then next year is going to be the time when we do all these things.
Right.
I think that should absolutely be applicable to getting a year older. That if you want to, that I'm not saying it means anything to anybody. I just feel like there's some people who, if you gave them the option to be like, you can be 27 for another year, there'd be a lot of people who'd be like, yeah, sure. I don't give a shit.
Because here's my problem, Taylor. Yeah. I'm now 27 on paper.
Yeah.
I'm 27 years
old. And
old.
I've always wanted to be the same age as you. I've tried really hard.
You've tried really hard.
I've done the research.
You've tried going back in time and making your parents have sex an exact year later.
Yes. Right. I forgot how time worked. Yes. Yeah. A year later, I've just showed up as a complete stranger being like, you guys want to hold off for like a year? As they're about to do it, they're just like,
You're like, you're the opposite of Marty McFly. You're trying to break up your parents for a year.
Yeah, exactly. I just have a really good feeling about you guys having sex 365 days from now.
Right.
From right now. Okay,
You postponed the prom a year later.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why are you calling the police? Why did the police need to be involved?
You still fight a Biff?
Yeah.
I'm getting real specific with the Back to the Future references.
Are you saying getting rapey with my mom?
No, you wouldn't, because this is the opposite of Back to the Future. You break up the parents.
Yes.
Your mom hates you.
Yes.
Much like your coworkers.
Biff tries to rape his...
And then Biff tries to rape you.
Yeah. Are you saying in any time travel story there's a Biff he's a part of like
this is the only example I have.
You gotta check out like the Butterfly Effect.
Nah, Jim Carrey in a serious role.
No, that's the number 23. That's Ashton Kutcher. Is Butterfly Effect.
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, the number 23 is Jim Carrey. Insane movie.
I'm sure.
Unbelievably ridiculous movie. It's one for the history books. We watched Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Okay.
Oh no, When Nature Calls.
Okay.
It's a bad movie.
Yeah, but he got paid a lot.
He got paid a lot of money.
What are you gonna do?
You know, if that's where we're at, it would suck to have like a bad movie and he was paid nothing for it.
Right, that'd be good.
He went bankrupt because of it. He tried to self-fund a sequel to Ace Ventura, ran out of money.
Right.
All right, what were you saying about age?
It's a big year for me. 27.
Why?
Will I join the 27 Club?
Oh, Rich.
That's what people are asking.
No one's asking that.
A lot of people are asking.
No one. No. Do you understand that I heard you say 27, and I'm like, what's substantial about 27?
It's the 27 Club.
For you.
Right.
You know what I mean? The implication was like, I know what the 27 Club is, and I'm like...
Right. We don't know.
So you think
this is a make or break year for me? 27 Club.
Do you think
this has made people's careers, Taylor? And I'm out here, and what do I have to show for it? Nothing. If you don't know what the 27 Club is, 27 Club is a group of artists who died at the age of 27.
Yeah, Amy Winehouse, Jimi Hendrix.
I have a list of
Kurt
people
Cobain.
right here. Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse.
Little Peep? Didn't Lil Peep
die? He was 21 or 22 when he died.
He was a young man.
He was a very young man. And here's what I'm realizing. The 27 Club, it doesn't pertain to the year 2020, Taylor. It just doesn't. Because out of all those people, out of the 5 people I've listed, one is black. There is one black person in the 27 Club.
You've completely lost me. So what are you saying?
Are the people in the 27 Club pushing white privilege?
Oh, you're saying we should cancel the 27 Club?
I don't know. I think there should be a few more people of color in this club.
You're suggesting that more talented people of color should be dying earlier.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you're saying.
The statistics are saying that. Taylor.
Well, I was going to say, Rich, there's an easy way for you to get involved in the 27 Club. Have you tried heroin? Because
and it seems to really help.
Seems to be an indicator. A lot of them loved heroin.
But they were also all musicians. No comedians are in the 27 Club. And I think it's because comedy is just so much harder than music. You can't be good at comedy at 27. I have no real world perspective. I don't have a masterpiece. All right, Jimi Hendrix had a masterpiece.
Yeah.
All right, Janis Joplin, masterpiece. Kurt Cobain, masterpiece. What, I kill myself and then they're like, remember Rich Apple? He's the guy that got angry about soup dumplings?
Yeah.
You remember that guy?
Yeah. I think he had a story about Coney Island. I can't remember any parts of it, but I think...
Exactly. And that's my point.
Yeah.
I can't die yet.
So you're saying that you're just not funny enough to be in the 27 Club?
I don't think a comedian can be ready at 27.
So it sounds like you're giving yourself a pass.
Well, here, I'm giving myself a pass.
Yeah.
The youngest comedian I think that's died who was famous, Freddie Prinze. He was 22 when he died.
Who's Freddie Prinze?
Exactly. That's my point.
I know his son.
It's not good when the person more famous than you is Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
That's not good. Yeah, he's got no real talent.
You got overshadowed by your son, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Whoa, not great. Let's be honest, Freddie Prinze, not great.
Now, you're putting a Prinze on there. Is that how it's pronounced?
I believe so.
Or do you... I've always Prince. Like
Well,
Prince.
it's a Z.
Is it a Z?
Yeah. Because I looked it up for this bit.
Unbelievable. You did your research.
Yeah. How the fuck do you think I came up with that list?
It's not a thorough list, if I'm being totally honest.
There's more people, but I didn't know everyone.
Like if I leaned into that, there'd be a couple spelling errors in there.
Nope, all accurate.
All accurate?
All accurate. The names are fucking Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse. They're very simple names. Also, this is a fun fact.
Is that the only people who
There's more people, but I didn't really know them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
those are the
some
people
of them could have been
know.
artists, right? Wasn't Keith?
They were all musicians
Keith Haring
I
on there?
found. Not to my knowledge. He could have been because I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Keith Haring is?
No.
He's a pop artist, graffiti artist. Graffiti is a loose term. He was a gay man in the '80s who went around. He's the guy who did the outline of the people. It like looked like almost stick figures with like
Died of AIDS.
I don't know. Press images.
Yeah, I think 27 Club is just musicians.
Oh, I thought you were looking up Keith Haring.
Oh, no. Yeah, 27 Club I think is just musicians. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, artists and actors.
Okay. Can we now look up Mickey Mouse Club? We're just going through clubs.
And now we're just going through clubs.
Can you check out Club Med? I'd like to look into Club Med.
Also, when I was looking up this list and I thought of saying that the 27 Club has too much white privilege, I was going to add a tag saying if we include Jews, because Amy Winehouse is in there.
Right.
And I was like, well, let's see if Amy Winehouse is Jewish before I make this joke.
Uh-huh.
And I found out that her genetics are Jewish. She was not a practicing Jew.
Okay.
Which I think, kudos to me for being able to look at someone and be like, Jew?
I like that you took the time to do a sidebar to point out an anti-Semitic thought that you...
Well, if I'm going to be anti-Semitic, let's at least be accurate. And as a matter of fact, I was. But she wasn't practicing.
Right.
So I was like, I'm going to take this back.
Right. Because God knows that's the aspect that are going to upset the viewers. The comment section is going to blow up and be like, she wasn't even practicing.
Yeah.
She wasn't. Yeah, exactly.
You're going to be mad at me saying she was...
Everybody's going to be like, listen, we're totally fine with every aspect of what you just said, except for the fact that she's not a
You want to know why,
practicing
Taylor?
Jew.
Because my listeners aren't cucks. They get that these are jokes. People aren't out there like, what? Hold on. And then they do the research also.
Yeah, they waited until they got 47 minutes into this podcast and went,
yeah, on episode...
well, this is all very serious.
On episode 13, they're like, this is where I'm going to start fact-checking things.
I got a problem with what I'm hearing in this hour of this show.
Right.
I'm not really coming across any issues previously, but now. All right, so you're saying that, well, I mean, to be fair, if you postpone your 28th birthday to next year, you got a whole year.
Can I have an extra year to be in the... But then I can't do stand-up.
Well, no, you got to go extra hard into stand-up. So before your birthday, when you kill yourself, you got to make something of the next, 350 days.
It's tough to do, though, with everything shut down. This isn't a good year to be in the 27 Club.
You know who didn't make excuses?
Those people. They also didn't have to deal with a pandemic.
Yeah. You don't think... Kurt Cobain was never like, man, I'm just too high on heroin right now to write an amazing song. He never said that.
But then he could just go out and perform the song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're saying because
there's no more MTV Unplugged. I can't do MTV Unplugged.
You're saying, well, you would never have been invited to MTV Unplugged.
Why? I can do an acoustic set.
That would actually have been hilarious to have stand-up comedians going to do MTV Unplugged.
Is not every stand-up set acoustic?
Yeah, where it's like they tell a joke, but then they stop after they tell the joke and light a cigarette and then tell an anecdote right before telling their next joke.
Yeah, that sounds like Brooklyn comedy now. That's what that sounds like.
Nothing would be funnier than like a dim-lit room and everybody's just hanging on every word of this guy. He just finished an amazing one-liner, lights a full cigarette, and he goes... I wrote this next joke in New Zealand, touring with my friend. Yeah,
they just have Bob goes just
yeah,
and he takes a puff of the cigarette and he goes. So this next one from New Zealand, it goes a little bit something like this. Pacific Islanders are gay. And then everyone just
yeah. For my next joke, I'm gonna tell you a little story about the time I had diarrhea on a koala's head.
So let me ask you this, audience. Have you ever drank milk after it's bad?
Anyone?
That's my time.
Yeah, that's it. You guys have been excellent. You guys have been fantastic. I also think you're confusing it a little bit with Def Jam.
This would be the opposite of Def Jam.
Yeah. You're almost doing you're almost doing like poetry slam, where it's like you're doing bongos.
Oh yeah, it's yes.
Whereas the unplugged is more like they're on that stool. They're on the stool in the middle of that circle thing,
right?
Surrounded by all
stage.
Yeah, that circle thing. You know that circle thing? You know that circle thing made out of wood where it's kind of like 2 feet off the ground and then it's like a big circle and you can kind of like get your shit up on it and like people can see you better.
Right.
What's it?
It's something.
Call in. What's that? Sometimes it's a rectangle and it's like bigger, you know?
A black box. I think you're thinking of the Malaysian airline.
Yes.
I think that's what you're thinking of.
I'm always confusing entertainment and the Malaysian Airlines crisis.
I do it all the time.
All the time. I'm constantly going, no, was that Miley Cyrus or was that the Malaysian Airlines?
Both are lost.
Yeah, both are lost.
No one can find either.
No one can find either one. Both just a little confused on where they're going.
I like to think MTV Unplugged, it was really just do your usual stuff.
Yeah.
With a cardigan.
Yeah. Yeah. Do what you usually do, but can you whisper a little more?
Right.
Can you get a couple more, just like lower it down just a little bit. Okay. People got some sensitive ears in the crowd.
Yeah.
And if you bring that Kurt Cobain energy that we're all used to in there, kill the vibe. You gotta kill that vibe. Okay? I know you're asleep right now. Okay? I put you to sleep.
Right.
Well, I'm a terrible production manager.
So I don't know. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think this just isn't a good year for me.
Oh, it's not
to
a good
be in
year.
the 27 club.
Okay, got it. I thought you were going to leave
for many reasons. For all the reasons just listed.
Yeah. So, are you saying that you're not going to kill yourself?
I'm going to say...
Or are you going to found the 28 Club?
I'm going to say we need to fucking do better at this podcast. We're going to have to crack this code.
Oh, because this is going to be the thing that everybody's going to be like, if only.
Name one podcaster in the 27 Club. I could be the first.
You could be the first. Well,
I could be the first.
Yeah. Again, you have a year to do it.
I have a year to do it.
Yeah. So let's get into...
if you thought our numbers were good before...
Yeah, we're gonna.
Guess what? We're about to blow the fuck up.
We're gonna have to get into search engine optimization.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to get into search engine optimization. You have to get into heroin optimization. That's what you have to get into.
How do I optimize my heroin use to increase creative output?
Right.
How do I find that balance?
People are always like, "How do I get my product out to the audience?"
Right.
Kill yourself.
Right.
That seems to do a great job.
Well, no, it's do something incredibly genre bending, and then kill yourself.
Well,
Change the genre. Totally reinvent how people perceive your art form, and then kill yourself. That's it.
That's it.
It's not hard. It's an A to B process.
How much do you want it? That's what my question is. How much do you want it?
Either one of those things to completely change your medium and or to kill yourself.
What's the point of doing heroin after 27? There's no point afterwards.
It probably feels really good.
It probably feels so good.
Yeah, as somebody who got their appendix removed and got 90 Percocets, I kind of get it.
What's the Percocet to heroin ratio?
It's probably like 2 to 1. It's close.
I have no... Colin.
No, but like Percocet's an opioid.
I know, but like... What's stronger? Is heroin?
Oh, heroin's definitely stronger. Because you can do like this much heroin and then be like fucking out, like out of commission for like a good hour or so. But it's like opiates are like you swallow it and then I guess if I smoked it, it'd be different, but that's not. I used it for hangovers. I basically used it like super Advil. I used it like an idiot because they gave me 90 Percocets. You don't need 90 Percocets for something that requires 3 days recovery.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, could you imagine me just being like, all right, well, I only need 3 days and I've got 90, so I'm going to take 30 a day.
Right.
Just by the logic of this fucking insane doctor who decided to give a 19-year-old 90 Percocets and then just, go ahead. So yeah, I sold a little Percocets.
And I say good for you. Take advantage of the healthcare system.
Boy. Yeah. You would, yeah. I had one of my friends, her roommate. I walked in. I was like, yeah. So I got a bunch of Percocets from. Like I wasn't even trying to sell it. Her ears Percocetted up.
Hey,
yay! We're having fun. And she was like, "What's up?" She's like, "What's going?" She was like, "Very interesting." So.
Oh yeah, people love Percocet.
People love Percocet.
People ruin their lives over Percocet.
Absolutely destroy their lives and relationships to family because of how good Percocets feel.
There's 3 things that people will destroy their lives for: Percocet,
yeah,
heroin, and stand-up comedy.
Yeah. So maybe you don't even need heroin. Maybe stand-up comedy is just going
to maybe heroin will help.
Yeah, maybe
it'll cancel each other out.
Yeah, or maybe you'll do heroin and you'll be like, is this what stand-up is like? Like you'll get an outside perspective for the first time and be like, is this what I'm doing to myself?
I'm so fucking good at heroin.
Yeah.
I'm so good.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of similarities. You do wait on street corners to go do stand-up comedy very often.
Often.
You are desperately waiting for a shady individual to come let you do stand-up comedy very often.
Probably be cheaper doing heroin than doing stand-up.
Probably. There's, as far as I know, there's not a 1-drink minimum on heroin.
We would have to look into the prices of syringes, but I think we're on to something.
I don't think you have to order online. You don't have to sign up. There's no sign-up sheet for heroin.
Right. There's no industry with heroin.
Yeah, there's no wait list for heroin.
Right. There's no gatekeepers with heroin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You just kind of show up and then they give you heroin.
I just never understood the quantities of all drugs because I'm not a drug guy. I don't understand. I was watching the news. This was last week, and they said the police confiscated 60 ounces of heroin from someone.
Right.
And I was like, okay. A medium soda at McDonald's is 36 ounces.
Right.
Is that not a lot of soda, or is that too much heroin?
How much heroin can you fit into this liter of soda, in this empty liter?
Did you arrest him because he should have had more heroin?
Yeah.
Why did you arrest him?
Right. Yeah.
Should I not have this much soda?
Now, if he had only had a 12-ounce container of Coca-Cola filled with heroin, would he have been okay?
I don't know if there was Coca-Cola infused into the heroin. Imagine doing heroin and they're like, they cut it with Coca-Cola, you have diabetes. Yeah.
The issue was that you were injecting sugar directly into your bloodstream. Not great for your body. Not great for your body at all. I mean, especially like the vials, the aspect of buying heroin in vials.
People buy heroin in vials? People buy heroin in vials?
You gotta watch The Wire. You've gotta watch The Wire.
People buy heroin in vials and then shoot it with syringes? Is everyone that does heroin a nurse?
Yeah, they're all chemists. Yeah. They're all, that's... Breaking Bad is actually just about a guy who loves to smoke meth. And he's the exact demographic. A scientist who knows how to make it, and he just smokes it.
It's so much, if you think about it, a lot of money goes into heroin. You buy the
heroin
itself, then you
have
the vials, then you have the syringes, then you have to buy the leather belt around your arm. How much is that going for?
No, that comes with 3 vials. You buy 3 vials, they give you the belt.
I think that's just your dealer.
That's just my dealer's a great guy.
Good, yeah, he's got good deals.
Yeah,
you got like the Costco of heroin dealers.
Yeah. Which is great because I go to the sex shop and then they also give me the same leather belt when I buy 3 lemons. That's
and now I just have too many belts.
And when I buy, I'm constantly,
now I need more pants.
And that's when you find out that all belt dealers are heroin addicts. That's anybody who's reselling belts.
Police are going after the heroin dealers. No.
Look after the leather salesmen because those are the people. Yeah, you see a flimsy belt, you go. Get him. That's the person who has bought heroin recently.
Not the guy with bruises around his arm.
Nah.
No. The guy with the most belts.
Does he have a belt on? No. So what are we doing here? Case closed. He's fine.
They bring in a heroin junkie and they're like, who's your dealer? And they're like, I don't do heroin. And they're like, you don't do heroin. Let me ask you something. We went to your apartment. How many belts you have? He goes, I'm not speaking until I have a lawyer.
Yeah.
And they're like, how many belts
Yeah, they throw coffee across the room. How many belts do you have? 30 from this week.
I can't stop buying them.
I can't stop buying it. It's such a good deal. I throw away the heroin. I love the belts. Such good quality.
All right.
Yeah. Well, that was something.
That was good.
Yeah. That was good.
All right. You have anything else?
That's it.
That's it for you?
That's it.
All right.
Like, subscribe it.
Like, subscribe, share.
Share.
I really like it people share.
Share it out.
Yeah, tell people about it.
Tell it. Say you found a podcast with two funny straight white guys, and they'll be like, I've never heard of that before, that dynamic in my life, and they'll be very eager to give it a shot.
People will say, why did you bring up the straight and white? And you say, oh, because I live in Williamsburg, and that's the only thing we talk about.
Right. It's just acknowledging the straight white people that we know, but as if that's an oddity in our life.
As if
because we have such a diverse friend group that we're like, oh, just want to let you know, like, I have a friend who's like straight and white. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, it's like, it's no big deal.
You lost me on that point.
All right, we're going to cut it.
All right, we're going to cut it.
All right, bye.
Bye.